Daily Show. Welcome back, 1012. Lacy McDonald then.
Yes.
100 years ago.
100 years ago.
We are stepping back in time. How's life? How's the family?
Oh, in the present day, everything's good. It's sunny outside. It's beautiful. So I'm in a good mood.
It's going to be a beautiful day.
I'm so happy.
Well, I'm excited because, Jackie worked early today. When she has to open, she gets off earlier.
Oh, yeah.
So, we're going to get off of work and take the baby out for a little stroller ride. We have fun with that.
Yay.
I will say, though, and this isn't a complaint. It always sounds like I start everything with a complaint. I mean, the damn brick sidewalks are not stroller friendly.
That's true.
That's true. And it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And I know that the Historical Society might get mad that I even said that. It's just they aren't even.
You have to take the good with the bad when it comes to the
because it's so
sidewalks.
beautiful. I would rather have it than whatever we don't have.
Yeah.
But, god dang, man. Yeah. God dang. Estella said, I don't know what to do. Thank goodness they have buckles.
Maybe that's why they have buckles.
For all the people, that was just a joke, but it's just, it's so interesting. We were taking for a walk, is it President's Day? Because she was off, or Estella's off daycare. And Jackie had the stroller, and she realized what I finally have been complaining about. I'm like, it's never just a walk, because we can't just. It's harder to drive to Glazebrook and get the baby out of the seat. Just walk. But man, she got to figure it out that day. She's like, how do you do this?
Yeah, do you usually push? But she was the one pushing. Okay.
And too, what I do, because, she's a daycare worker and, and does a lot with kids. So sometimes if, I know that she's cooking or something, I'll just take the baby and go for a walk.
Yeah.
Get out of your hair, And it's not because she doesn't want us there. It's just something I do.
No.
But so I kept telling her about it. And so finally she pushed because I walked the dog, and that's what she went into. Like, see, I almost know when to kind of lift the, I'm talking about the parent.
Yeah,
pop the back wheels. Yep. Very rarely do you got to kind of be a little bit on the front wheels. If you do, that just lift it up.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a while for me for a stroller, but I know it's like riding a bike. You know those motions.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's wonderful. My husband actually spends more time with the kids than I probably do. And they have such a good relationship with him. I mean, they go to him. Yeah, they go to him and me pretty equally when they, need something or need reassurance or whatever. So I think it's really great that you do that.
Kind of balance it out.
Yeah.
Going in, what are we talking about?
All right. So this was a little bit of a what are we going to talk about this week? What I found was the Alton Automobile Club was hosting their annual meeting, annual banquet, and they had a balloon blowing contest. And so there was an announcement about the balloon blowing contest, and it said that the grand prize, so the purpose of the balloon blowing contest.
Say that 8 times.
I know.
Crazy.
Was to blow a balloon as large as you could without it popping. That was the whole thing. And if you were the very, very best at doing that, then you got a 3-month scholarship in Brown's Business College.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm completely serious.
Wow, we were bored.
Well, yeah. And then there were 8 other prizes. There were 4 prizes for men and 4 prizes for women. So for the men's prizes, they had a smoking set, a silk necktie, auto cap.
That's still, the smoking set is still, I feel like, transferable today.
And a pair of silk hose, which now seems weird now that I'm looking at it. I might have to go back. Well, yeah, but this is for the men's prizes. I'm going to go back and look at that. And then the women's prizes were 6 Japanese cups and saucers, luncheon set, ladies gold compact, and $2 bottle of perfumery. So then I found the follow-up article, and it listed who won for the men and who won for the ladies. But there was no mention of the grand prize. I will tell you, I did a quick little search. Okay. And it does say that men frequently wore hose in the 1920s. Okay, well, there we go. Then maybe it was correct. And it was kind of more of it was just a high business sock. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure, I was just typing away and I didn't think about it, but I'm glad to know. I'm glad we talked about it. That's interesting. Fashion trends. Fashion trends. So, where was this at? It was at Mineral Springs Hotel. So where was Brown's Business College? Like the Brown? Not like Brown University.
Okay, that's why I was like, whoa, what the hell are we doing here?
No, like locally a business college that you could just go to for 3 months.
Okay.
And like learn how to be a better business person.
You had 3 months.
Yeah.
That was it.
If you won the balloon blowing contest.
So what balloons did they use? Do you know?
I have no idea. And I tried to find pictures. Like, apparently this was kind of a thing, but I didn't put any of the photos in. I found a couple online, but I didn't put any of it in because I didn't want it to look like I was saying they were from this specific event. Yeah. Because they weren't.
Can I ask a question to the audience? Does anyone still have a family heirloom that could be one of these prizes? I mean, like a Japanese tea set, that's going to last a couple of generations. Or, like the gold compact. There's stuff that could have been handed down. I think that would be cool if someone's like, yeah, that's my grandma. She won that.
That would be really neat.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that. Okay. No. I would love to do like a little follow up. We can put the picture now.
That
what
would
it looks
be
like
cool.
now. Yeah.
Okay. So they had to blow up without a real blow up.
Without a real blow up. Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Has this been done before, to your knowledge?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
God, I don't know. Like, I just, it just seems different. Out of all the contests, let's blow up a balloon. I
would not go to this banquet because of that, or I would leave the room for the balloon blowing contest. No, it's the popping. The popping I can't do.
Oh, okay. I would just laugh at everybody. I'm like, okay, for 3 months of business college, can somebody just give these poor people the damn,
Well, yeah, and I don't know if any of them needed the 3 months of business college because all the people were like, I don't know that's for sure, but like I recognized some of the names as people that were sort of prominent in the community.
So they're like, what is this?
And they're like, Mrs. O.W. Waite, do you need to go to the Browns Business College? So I'm not sure, but yeah, no, actually it would be fun to watch, but I would definitely need to wear earplugs because that would be horrible.
So who won?
I don't know.
That's what I said. You said no mention. So like we
know who won the women's and men's prizes, but they didn't say who won. They didn't talk about the Browns Business College thing ever again. It was a mention and then it was done. I don't know.
Was this a real thing? Was this Brown's Business College?
Brown's Business College is real.
Okay, I'm not being funny.
No, I'm going to be honest. I had a really hard time finding photos for this. And I almost used an ad for Brown's Business College because I couldn't figure out what else to do.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I found the picture. I was like, okay, you know what? I know I've digitized photos. Or I've digitized postcards that have pictures of Mineral Springs. And so I pulled up one of those and it just happened to say headquarters, Alton Automobile Club at the bottom. And I was like, well, now it looks deliberate. It looks like I found this on purpose for this article.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
That's what happens to my show half the time. Going into this, so I guess the grand prize would have been the winner of the men's division against the women's division.
I don't know.
We don't know the structure. That. Yeah, that's why I'm so I was like, okay, maybe I'm just like going crazy. And
I assume so too. But then in that case, how do you measure it? Maybe they had to stop. Maybe they had to be like, you know what, this is as big as it's going to get without popping. So I'm ready for my balloon to be measured. I'm tapping out. I'm done. This is my final answer.
True.
Then they could have compared the men's and the women's to determine who was the grand prize winner.
I'm glad the husband and wife, maybe that's why there wasn't a grand prize winner.
Maybe.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
Like that's something that's erased in history.
Yeah.
This is a bummer.
Maybe they gave it to their kid or something.
See, this is why I wish I was Indiana Jones.
Because you figure this out.
I would put the hat on. I would go into Mineral Springs Mall with a lasso, probably after hours so no one calls the police. Right. And then I would literally go from room to room and I would lasso back, even though I could just walk. And then I would uncover the lost secret of who won the grand prize for the damn blow up.
And I don't even know where in Mineral Springs you would need to go to find this out.
That's the fun. That's how I'd have to be Indiana Jones and just discover clues.
Yeah.
It's just incredible what this guy can. He always leads to trouble, though, So, a turkey dinner, speeches, and a dance into George Miller's orchestra.
Yes.
Was George Miller a pretty prominent orchestra?
Prominent enough that they mentioned him by name. Oh. I don't know. Maybe.
For all we know, it was the reporter's brother, and she just wanted to give him a plug.
The very famous, very wonderful George Miller's Orchestra.
They gave a 45-minute standing ovation.
I saw other mentions of George Miller's Orchestra, but that was another thing where it's like, I was like, maybe I can find a photo, and then I couldn't, and so I gave up. But yeah, I think it was enough of a draw that people were looking forward to it because they could dance, and the music was nice.
So my question is, like, what was the intent? Like, what did they talk about at this thing?
Oh, okay. So I really only talked a little bit about what one person mentioned in her speech. And normally, so right now it says Mrs. George K. Warden. And normally I would have tried to figure out her actual name. Yeah. I usually do that. I did not have time this time. So if anyone's interested, let me know and we'll delve into that together. But she gave a speech about the freedom of the automobile and this family trip they had taken to California and how much fun they had. But the other speeches were by the committee chairman, all men, of the Roads Committee, Service Committee, Signs, Grievance Committee, and Membership Committee. And so they talked about things that the club had accomplished over the last year. They talked about membership drives. They talked about signage around town, what they did if there was a grievance. So there was a lot of, I don't know that it was like a meeting, but there was business in that. It was informative. Like the speeches were informative. And so, yeah, it was a pretty long thing. But the crazy part is I found the article about the balloon blowing contest and they like really emphasized that. It was its own article.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, it said balloon blowing for Auto Club banquet. Like that was the title of the article that I found. And then when they had the annual dinner follow-up article, there was very little about the balloon blowing. It was mostly about the things that they had talked about at the meeting. So I think that was like a draw, but then they like got you in and then they forced you to listen to information about signs.
And get embarrassed by a caricature artist.
Yes.
I like that you added this at the very end. There was also a caricature artist.
I thought I did it like that because I thought it was funny that way.
I did. I thought that's a great I didn't know caricature artists went back I didn't know. During the break, I'll figure out the history of the caricature artist.
Perfect.
We'll take a quick break, come back and chat with Lacy some more. You stay there and we'll be hanging out here.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Hello.
Hello.
What did you learn from this article?
I learned that there were balloon blowing contests and you could win scholarships at them.
Any success coming out of Brown?
Oh, well, it was like how to run your business, from what I understand. I'm not an expert, but...
Was it kind of like the early wedge almost? Like where they, I guess the wedge isn't a college, but it provides opportunities to learn.
Well, I mean, it was actual classes.
Oh, so it was actual classes.
It was classes, but I think it was like how to run your business better. I don't think it was like an MBA. I think it was like practical knowledge in how to be more efficient, how to run things, that kind of thing. I look into that. That would be an interesting article to talk about, like, because it was very local. It's not like, I don't think it's not like people came all over to come to it. It was like you would go to a business college like that in your local area.
Yeah.
So there were little ones kind of all over the place. And this is the one that we had at that time. And again, like I think that this is correct, but every once in a while I'll start talking about something and then I'll realize I have just enough information to sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Same.
But then
that's my whole show.
Yeah. And then you get into it and you're like, is this real?
Exactly. I don't know. Sorry for the yawn. What are you writing on this next week?
Okay, so I haven't written it yet, but I've got all the stuff together. It's a boxing lecture and demonstration at Western Military Academy by a pretty famous boxer who I think had just retired from boxing when he came. But he I think he did like a demonstration with Western Military Academy students and stuff. And the community was invited and everything. So it was kind of a cool thing. And it's really, he's famous enough that it's really easy to find pictures of him. So I don't have to
you figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always the tough thing. What do you use for the thumbnail? No one realizes the struggles that we go through.
Yeah.
Just to put it on for the masses.
Right. Like you spend more time sometimes working on the peripheral stuff than you do on the actual. So how's the library? Library's good. We have a lecture this weekend, and it's at Saturday at 10 on, I'm going to mispronounce this. It's one of our Alton Area Landmarks lecture series lectures. So it's a house. It's a historic house in St. Louis. Chantilly-Menil house? Chantilly-Menil mansion.
Sounds very French.
Which this is the St. Louis area, so it might be pronounced like Chantilly-Menil. But I would say Chantilly-Menil.
I would go with you because French influence. I think that would probably have a lead in.
So, and part of it is about the inhabitants of the house, French, Creole, different influences during different times in history, like the Roaring '20s. So, the executive director of the the house is going to be doing the talk, and we still have room. So if you're interested, you can call the library and get on the list. It's going to be really cool.
Oh yeah.
I talked to him a little bit, and he's going to have lots of neat pictures, and he's in this house every day. So he's got a lot of the history just down.
Well, and how'd your Elijah Lovejoy?
It was wonderful. We had 115 maybe people. It was fabulous. So it was the Vintage Voices players. So several actors, 5 actors that have done Vintage Voices throughout the years, and we're specifically doing decedents. They're specifically playing people who had a connection to Elijah Lovejoy, and it was just absolutely wonderful. Really good. I was in tears at the end of it.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Well, and you got a lot of great actors for Vintage Voices, and what I think is so cool is that they really do bring that. Every one of them brings their that person back to life.
Yeah, they do.
Really interesting. Also, while I have you, how can we utilize the genealogy services at the library? And just to do a refresher of that, because I feel like we never talked about it.
Yeah. So there are a couple ways to do that. If you're local, you can come into the library, or if you're not local but you want to make the trip, you can come into the library. We can, we have access to everything from Ancestry Library Edition to we're a Family Search library affiliate. So like Family Search is the genealogy that the Mormon Church has compiled over the years. Yeah. And you can always have a free membership, but certain institutions have like extra information extra records that are available. So if you come into the library, you can get more than you can just get from home. And then if you have a Hainer Library card, there are things that you can do in the library or from home, like access the newspaper archive, Fold 3 military database, all of that. And we have genealogy classes twice a month. All these lectures, obviously everything's free. And you can make appointments to come in and have somebody help you with genealogy. We have house histories. So if you're interested in information about your house, we may have photos, we may have articles. If we don't, we can help you look for them. So yeah, it's everything local you can think of, and we'll help.
Really cool. And there's so many people that want to, really get into that, or whether it's, looking back at old photos and then the vegetation process and all that.
Yeah. And we've got a little over 6,000 photos digitized that you can access from anywhere. You don't have to have a Hainer Library card, and those are all text searchable. So
really cool.
Yeah. And if I don't have this postcard on there, I will put it on very soon, and then it'll be available. So a lot of them, we put rights on there. Like some of them you can just use however you want, or you can use them in a fair use way. Like you can use them for education, you could use them for personal use. In order to publish, there can be different rules, laws on that, but that's all on each record so that people know.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What are you and the family doing this weekend?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'll be at the event, the lecture on Saturday morning. And then if it's nice, maybe go to Pierre Marquette, go for a hike. If it's not, I don't know. It's not going to be.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you're going from 70 to 40 degrees.
Today would be good.
God, that is the day.
Yeah.
I mean, that is truly the day.
Yeah. I love my job, but I would really prefer to be on a hike today.
Same. All righty. Well, do you think you would have won?
No.
You would not have won the
No,
war.
ever since. So I've never liked loud noises, but after my concussion when I had a car accident a couple years ago, loud, unexpected noises can really trigger concussion symptoms for me. It's gotten a lot better. Now I barely have a reaction, but balloon popping, it's always a very loud, very unexpected.
It's always very
thing.
Just unpleasant.
It's not, yeah.
I never thought it was funny when someone popped a balloon.
No, me neither.
You're just a jerk.
Yeah, I didn't like it before, and now I have a visceral reaction. So if I had earplugs, I would participate, and I would watch it, and I would be totally fine.
Now, would you win if you had earplugs?
I think that would still be so close to my face.
Not for you.
Not for me. Not for me.
All righty. 10:37. Lacy, thank you.
No problem.
Quick break. We'll come back and chat it up about news and wrap it up next.